Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, October 14th, 2021. My name's Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. That means I teach people how to make gift cards, greeting cards, gift packaging, scrapbook pages, home decor pieces, and more using stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. Hey Cindy, hello. So this is my business, and I of course carry the merchandise that I use to make these cool projects. Good morning, Rhonda. So if you're interested, I have an online store, I have catalogs, all that stuff. Hey Charlotte, hey Sherry, good morning. I'm not popping up on my iPad yet. So I can only see your comments on my little bitty phone screen there. Gonna try a couple things here. Anyway, good morning, Becky and Sherry. Hello, hello. Kathy, good morning. Pat, Charlotte. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to make my iPad work with me here. So welcome. Thank you for commenting on the video. Hey Jackie, as you come on, say hi, make a comment, ask a question. Hey Shannon, and that will get you entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. And today I am using, it's over there, but it's a kit. So I'm going to use a kit to make cards. So I'll show that in a minute. It's called Love Santa Tag Kit. Hey Rita, good morning. But you'll be entered to win those cards if you comment on the video, or if you darn it, I thought I found my video over here, but I did not. If you comment, or if you share the video, and then just like Pat just did, comment that you shared, which will let me know that you did that, because Facebook keeps that private. And then also, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can comment there. You can click subscribe, you can give a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell, all those things to be entered to win these cards today. Because all of those things help me in my business, so I appreciate it, which means I'll give you that little chance to win the cards. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this thing one more time. The way I keep up with your comments is on the iPad, but it's not showing my own video. So I'm trying to scroll here. But we don't have time to be wasting on this also. So there it is. Okay, woo! Anyway, let's see. Oh, so we just had our retreat this weekend. Good morning, Jen. Hey, Lori. Hey, Jean in North Dakota. Hey, Simone. Thanks for sharing, Kathy and Pat. Good morning, Linda and Susan and Rita. Yay. Who says? Stella says hi, everyone. Awesome. Okay, so we just had our weekend retreat in person. And if you took it to go, thank you very much. And it will be going out by Friday, or ready for pickup by Friday. I'm actually waiting on a back order to come in today to have everything ready to package to mail or pick up. But I wanted to show y'all some of the gifts they received. So if you bought it to go and you want to be surprised, look away from the screen right now. And maybe close your ears, because I'll probably say it as well. But we have such an adorable bag this time. Look at that. So our theme was the frosted gingerbread bundle, and that gingerbread and peppermint sweet. So you can see how well that matches. Everybody got a gift of designer paper, not even available anymore. Yay. Everybody got some gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes. This is not part of your $50 goodie bag. This is an additional gift. Thank you, Kathy. As you know, but my retreat partner April makes the bags for us. A little treat there, of course a thank you card, and an ornament. Rhonda says, I love my bag. Thank you, Rhonda. I thought the bags were adorable this time. Like, they always are, but one of the best. And then a gingerbread candle in adorable packaging, if I do say so myself. So lots of gifts. Of course, they got $50 in merchandise to use on their 10 make and takes. And you have a ton of stuff left over. I know one person at Retreat, Lisa Stevens, she made her make and takes, and then she took that goodie bag and used everything in it and made projects all weekend. So she but she, sorry, what am I trying to say? She used that whole goodie bag to its full extent. So Jen, it's not melting chocolate that we're mailing you, so it won't melt, don't worry. And Rhonda said, what did Rhonda say? That was awesome. Also, thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, they were all, I loved the gifts. We also did a card swap, which is optional for the in-person. And I think 8 or 9 people participated in that. So check out these card swaps. And everybody at the retreat gets to vote. This is one of those tower cards. They get to vote for the winner. April and I do not choose the winner. And hopefully I'll remember which one won when I get to it. Isn't this cute? Some really impressive cards. And when you do the swap, that means you get back one of each of these cards. You make however many people are participating, and then you get back one of each. This one. Oh, this was the winner, I believe. Kim. It's a shaker, as you can see there. Super cute. Check out this one. So she used the, what are those things called? The die that, hey everybody, good morning. I'm blanking out on the name of it, but I did a video on it a while back, and it's the spinner thing. But anyway, she cut that portion of it out of a window sheet, so it's clear. So as you spin, you really just see the sheep, which, by the way, you can get that set still from me in a class. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then this one, gorgeous. It opens. It opens that way. So, awesome swaps. And, of course, if you participate, you get back one of each. Oh, Give It a Whirl is the name of those dies. Give It a Whirl. Yes. Yeah, Counting Sheep is no longer available. However, you can get the set and dies free from me if you take a certain class. Then April and I always receive gifts from our participants, and one of them, first of all, she gave us this 12 by 12, paper storage thing with gifts inside. All the candy, I believe, is gone. It's been eaten. But I put all my other gifts that I received that I didn't eat in there. So cute bags that our stuff came in. Really fun ways that they decorated stuff. Of course, lots of sanitizing stuff. Y'all know why. Just all kinds of gifts. This is handmade by Chris. She uses alcohol inks on ceramic, I guess they're called ceramic tiles, to make coasters. Isn't that gorgeous? That's like all her art. Post-it notes. Oh, more art from Chris. Mechanical pencils. We get so much good stuff. And I have all this gathered here together to show you, but then I'm going to now distribute it into my house now that I've shown it. This is one of the best gifts we got, homemade taco seasoning from Pam. And so that doesn't have all the MSG and other weird chemicals in it when you just buy that packet of taco seasoning. So I make this myself, but one taco thing one thing of meat at a time. So I was so excited to get that little container with notes and sticky. There's clear sticky notes in here, a Sharpie. Let me show you these clear sticky notes. April and I had never heard of them. They're translucent. And so you can put it on top of a document and write on the sticky note and not mess up your document or book. Isn't that cool? I think this had candy in it. Lotion, more bags, more sanitizing stuff, more sticky notes. My box is about to fall. An adorable cup that had a K-cup in it, but I drank the K-cup. An adorable plate. These are from different people, but yet they match. I think those were different. Bags of gifts. The recipe for the taco seasoning. What is that? Oh, the pin is stuck to it. A pin. Some fall napkins. One of those no touch, which I'm very excited about. Little tools. Pens. Reusable straw that peels open to wash the inside. Chapstick. And Christmas ornaments. So, pretty cool, huh? It's nice to run the retreat and get gifts from the attendees. So thank you guys very much. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I personally got a lot of work done. That was awesome. And got some classes planned that I'll be telling you about today. So thank you. And like I said, if you purchased it to go, thank you very much. And your kit is going out this week by Friday. Good morning, Alejandra. Hey, Landa. Thank you, Susan. And hey, Barbara. Yes, Charlotte, interactive wheel. And Terry says, give it a whirl, dies. And Julie said, counting sheep for those sheep there. Yes, great idea. I agree, Alejandra. Trying to catch up here. Good morning, Tammy. Awesome swaps, Pat, definitely. And Jean said that as well. Good morning, Shirley and Linda. Good morning to Carol. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Eleanor and Susan and Catherine. All right, good to see everybody. So, my classes for the month are this weekend. They are Saturday in person. I feel like I'm losing my voice today. And they're in DeSoto. So if you registered for a class, you can still sign up by today to attend in person. And you can also still reserve the tub today to take the supplies home. Or you can just have your kit to go like normal. But also, so it's card class, scrapbook, Stamp-A-Stack, and sampler. I do have a few class kits left if you still want to sign up for these events and then take it to go, take it in person, or take the supplies home. But you need to register for all of the in-person or tubs by today, because I have things I have to plan out and I can't just add you last minute because of COVID stuff. So there's 2 card class kits left. We're using the Whimsical Trees bundle, and these cards are adorable. But all my samples are with my helpers, Landa and Karen, who are cutting for me, so I don't have sneak peeks to show. 1 scrapbook class left, which is 3 12 by 12 pages. 2 are fall, 1 is Thanksgiving, and they look completely different. And then you'll make the other Thanksgiving one next month. And then those are both $15 each, free with a $20 order. And then sampler, I have 2 left. It's a really pretty fall sampler from Nature's Harvest stamp set. So I have 2 of those left. Samplers are the ones that are framed 12 by 12 art, like that piece back there. And then this is $28. It includes 20 in merchandise. And like all my classes, we cut, die cut, punch, everything possible. Use stamp and assemble. And then Stamp-A-Stack, I have 2 left. And it is Christmas to Remember and Christmas Season bundle. I mean, if I do say so myself, I made these at retreat, and I had lots of people coming by saying they were cute, coming by my table, and or signing up for the class after they saw them. So I recommend you take them. And Stamp-A-Stack is $30, includes 20 in merchandise, and you'll make 12 Christmas cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. So, last chance for all of those. Sandy, it is cooling down here as well. We had a lot of rain yesterday, not as much where I live, but there was a lot of rain all over my area yesterday. Hey, Teresa, good morning. And, anyway, it's still gonna be up to like 82 today, but that's better than 90s. And by the weekend, when I have my class on Saturday, it's going to be in the 70s. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm in Texas for anyone who missed that part or just came on or whatever. Okay, don't forget to sign up for the Words of Cheer class. This is an online class, so it's mailed to you. You complete it at home with your stamps and ink, which this class makes 6 cards. It includes the stamp set with the fee, but you just tell me what you want to substitute if you already own it or don't want that set. So, and then you make 6 cards, which are, this is my second time offering this class. This is one of my favorite classes that I've done this season. Don't forget, we're going to die cut, punch, emboss, everything we can possible. So for example, that happy there is going to be die cut. This card is going to be cut off on the front. You're going to stamp and assemble. I dropped a card. And anyway, I just think these cards are so gorgeous. I wanted to offer it a second time. And don't forget, you can't get that bedazzling anymore either, so that's going to be part of your fee. So let me read this. It's $35, includes the stamp set, a roll of real red sheer ribbon, and a half a pack of the Peaceful Prints 12 by 12 designer paper. So a half a pack of that paper that is no longer available. You'll make 6 different cards, and when you register, you can add on and get the dies that come with this set at the discounted bundle price at with a discount on top of that. So anyway, that's that class, and you need to register by November 3rd, so you have a couple of weeks for that one. And thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. You're in the 50s there. Nice. So Linda, yeah, I think what you're asking is, like, say you wanted Stamp-A-Stack, but you want to buy 2 packages for Stamp-A-Stack. You can. It's just 2 of the full pack with the $20 in merchandise and all that stuff. There's no limit to how many of each class you can buy, other than if it has a maximum capacity and I run out. But if you want to buy them all, you can buy them all. So hopefully that makes sense. If I didn't answer that correctly, let me know. Hey, Tommy. Let me see. And Sandy, of course, basically everything I offer is offered to go, and then you get a PDF tutorial to be able to complete at home. So, okay, and then while I was at retreat, I designed 2 of the mini bonus classes I want to design using the celebration items that retired. So the first one is with counting sheep. So in this class, first of all, you get this stamp set and the dies for free. So they're free. Good, Linda. So if you already own it, you still might want to take the class because this is free and you can give it to a friend. But if you didn't get the counting sheep and the sheep dies, they're no longer available, but they're free with this class. So the class is $35. It includes, I'm trying to find my notes, $20 in merchandise, so some designer paper, ribbon, and stuff, the stamp set and dies for $35, and 6 cards. So you're going to make 3 designs, 2 of each. So we will be cutting, die cutting, punching, except for the sheep dies, because you're going to get those with the class fee. So we won't pre-die cut that, but we'll, cut the rectangles and, what did I see? Oh, there's like a diorama die here and stuff that we'll be cutting for you. So 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each, $35. It includes $20 in merchandise, and it includes the bundle basically, counting sheep, stamp set, and dies. You need to register for that class by, did I put it on here? Yes, November 21st, and we're going to mail them November 26th, which is the day after Thanksgiving. So sign up for that right away. I posted the link in my VIP group on Facebook, and I'll be sending out an email for it, and it's going somewhere else today. I can't remember, but anyway, just let me know if you need the link to anything. And then the next class is the Delicate Dahlias class. So this was one of the most gorgeous sets. Really, it was the most gorgeous from Celebration. I just didn't use it very much during that time due to so many things to show, so little time. But it's a huge stamp set. It was free with a $100 purchase. You can get it free with my class, so you'll get the stamp set for free. You're going to make 4 gorgeous cards, and you're going to get $20 in merchandise, all for $35. So, great deal. And it's the same deadline as the other. It is sign up by November 21st, kits mailed by November 26th. So, Delicate Dahlias class. So I'm calling these bonus classes because they're a bonus to Celebration, which ended, and you get a bonus gift free in them. Okay. Chris says, big surprise, I'm late. Haha. Good morning, Janet. Brenda Fellbush has to catch replay, no problem. All right, so let me see what's next on here. Oh, Christmas gift packaging class with games. So we'll be playing bingo to win hundreds of dollars in prizes. Good question, Lori. On the bonus classes, yes, you can get PDF tutorials only. I didn't put it in my notes, so I don't remember how I priced it. But if you click that link to register for these classes, one of the options is the tutorials only. Good question. And that reminded me too, I forgot to say that on the sheep class, I did use Create with Friends. So if you don't have that set, you'll want to substitute words or add that on when you register. And it's all in the registration. So, good question. I try to remember to add tutorial option to all my events, but I just forget a lot of times. But I can always go back and add it. It's on the Words of Cheer also, because I'm already typing the tutorials, so why not offer that as an option only. So thank you, Lori, for asking that. Okay, so Christmas gift packaging is you're gonna make 4 projects using the Merriest Moments bundle, one of my favorite bundles from the holiday catalog, and you will I'm sorry, the projects are not cards. They're like gift packaging, tags, things like that. And we will have a Zoom on December 9th on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And you'll participate in the Zoom, play bingo, have a chance to win hundreds of dollars in prizes, and then we'll stamp together. So I will make the projects while you can stamp along, or if I'm going too fast, you can just watch and enjoy and talk and ask questions, and then stamp yours later. Some people even stamp theirs before because I send out the PDF tutorial by the day before. So any questions on that, let me know. But sign up by November 28th for that one. Okay. Cruise, the ultimate retreat, is January 30th through February 6, 2022. Royal Caribbean of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go to Falmouth, Jamaica, Georgetown, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel, Mexico. Your fee for the crafting will include 6 classes that are self-paced. You can work on them anytime during the week, day and night. You'll get at least a half a table to yourself besides the classroom tables. You'll get a t-shirt. You get $150 in merchandise, prizes, gifts. Like, it's amazing. And then you can bring whoever you want with you, as many people as you want. They can pay and I think this might be the last month for our group rate, but they can pay their group rate as well, which is the best deal you'll find on Royal Caribbean for this cruise. And then they can go to the shows, the movie theater, the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, and of course all meals are included. And you can hang out with them whenever you want, and then come down to the crop room whenever you want. So, any questions on that, let me know. Hey, Karen, good morning. Good morning, Martha. And as you guys come on, as Karen and Martha just did, don't forget to say hi, because that gets you entered to win the cards I will be making today. So say hi. If you share the video, that helps my business a lot. So comment that you shared so I can enter you again. And even just clicking like helps me. So any of that stuff, thank you very much for doing that. And you can do that on replay as well. So if you come back, or if you are watching this later, you can comment, like, share, etc. So thank you very much. Oh, thank you for the likes. Hey, Debbie, Teresa, thank you for sharing. Hey, Sandy. Okay, so the next cruise after that one is January 2023 on Allure of the Seas from Galveston, Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico, and Cozumel, Mexico. So any questions on that, let me know, and then our travel agent can book the cruise for you and give you the prices and all that. November's Paper Pumpkin is, it appears that it's going to be adorable because we basically got a sneak peek. You can see this little snowman gift package. See how it's like 3D there. There's a back and a front. I think there's some kind of box in between. The actual Paper Pumpkin box looks adorable. Blue with a red bow. So what it says about this Paper Pumpkin box, this is the size, what the boxes look like, is this month's adorable Christmas kit called Gifts Galore was made to make treat packaging a fun and festive experience with bright and colorful designs. These treat packages are oversized and made to wow. While the treat packaging isn't for everyone, the kit's still very versatile. You can use the printed die cuts to create tags, cards, or even a garland. And by the way, that's basically what I'm doing today with the kit I'm using. So let's look at the size. So if you look at that picture, it's a little bit in front of it, but it comes to at least about here on the Paper Pumpkin box. So that is pretty tall, pretty big gift treat holders, whatever they're. The kit contains enough supplies to create 9 treat packages, 3 each of 3 designs, and includes 9 food safe bags. It's all inclusive. It has everything you need, including a stamp set and ink. And how do you get this box? How do you get it? Well, you can go to my website and order it for a 1 month's prepaid, or 3 months, or 6 months, or 12 months of Paper Pumpkin, and you prepay ahead for that many months by the 10th. So November 10th is your deadline to get this box. Or you can subscribe. It'll be even cheaper. It's $22, but if you subscribe, that includes your shipping already, so you just pay tax, and you can cancel at any time. And so I'll have a link to the subscription in this video on both YouTube and Facebook, or you can just go to my store, which there'll be a link for as well, and place that order. But the 10th is the deadline, or you won't get this month's kit. So November 10th, no later. Any questions, let me know. So I think I'll go ahead and point the camera down. There is not currently like a big customer special going on with Stampin' Up. Of course, I have an ordering special for you. But there is some product that we demonstrators were allowed to order early. And so I'll show you that real quick and tell you how you can get it early as well. And then I'll tell you about my ordering special, and then we'll get started stamping. So let me point the camera down. Hey, Liz, by the way, I saw you say hi there. I have to unmirror or whatever that is called so that you can see me properly. Let's see. Oh, seemed like my phone was going to pop out of the holder there. We'll see if that's straight. Okay, so Eden's Garden is the product that we were allowed to order early. This will be available to customers in November. And it's the bundle is a sneak peek from our new catalog coming out in January, our seasonal catalog, January to June mini. So this is a gorgeous stamp set, lots of greetings. It is designed where you can make it be holiday cards or anything, really any occasion. So it has dear friend, how are you, my heart is tied to yours, tug if you need anything, hello there, sending hugs, and let's celebrate everything. And then lots of images. It's red rubber. And then these dies, which make an awesome like oval or oblong shaped wreath. The like a one for greetings and borders and so on. So those are available to demonstrators now. If you're not a demonstrator, you can join with our starter kit for $99, get 125 of anything you want, including this merchandise. So you could add this stuff to the starter kit. And you get 125. I think I just said that. So out of your 125, you could select any of these products you want, plus whatever else that's current that adds up to 125 or less. So Eden's Garden is coming out in the new catalog. The next two products are just a while supplies last special offering, but they coordinate with Eden's Garden. So the paper is called Ever Eden. It's 12 by 12, the designer paper. It's a specialty, so it has the gold foil in it. And if you can see it, yes, I think you can. So it's like soft succulent and evening evergreen and other greens with gold. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, you get 2 of each design. I was thinking I saw 3 there. So just like normal, 12 sheets, 2 of each. Look at this one. I love that one. Green ombre. Really pretty. And then what else? This one's really nice. Evening evergreen with the gold. And then the backs are more neutral-ish. And then I've used part of that one, as you can see. So, really pretty. It will be while supplies last, starting November-ish. I forget if it's the 1st or not. But in November, customers can purchase these while supplies last. But if you don't want to wait for that chance of while supplies last, be a demonstrator and you get a discount, plus you get to order early. So before things are sold out, basically. This is the cotton paper. So it's soft succulent and evening evergreen. And it's just almost like tissue paper, but a little thicker so you can die cut it and punch it and stuff. And you can make like flowers and things out of this. So cotton paper, let me see what its official name is. Flip it over here. Ever Eden cotton paper. So that's available now as well. And then there are some jewels or gems that are available, which had not come into the warehouse. Y'all know how everything is affected in the world by all these shipping delays. So they just got into the warehouse yesterday, and we can order them now. I haven't placed an order yet because I just haven't, I need to wait until I place my next order. But anyway, demonstrators can order those now. And I believe they're also while supplies last. Okay, so any questions on joining, just let me know. Anyone can buy the starter kit. There's no obligation. You don't have to sell or do videos or any of that stuff. And hey, Susan, thanks for sharing, by the way. Okay, so my ordering special for October is the 1st through the 15th, which ends tomorrow. If you place an online order with this host code right here, which is on my blog, in my emails, it'll be in an email that's going out later today. Anyone can join my email list. There'll be a link in this video, or just ask me to add you. So you can copy and paste. It's easier from the blog, which is stamптherapist.com, or from the emails. Anyway, $25 or more, you will receive a class packet to make 4 cards. This will be mailed to you. I'm getting the ones from last month ready to mail today. Landa cut them and packaged them while I was at retreat. And I'm putting them in envelopes and adding thank you cards that Karen made. And it's going out by tomorrow if you ordered last month. Anyway, you'll get a kit to make 4 cards. These are the exact cards. I showed these on last week's Facebook Live, so you can see how I made them and how it'll be packaged and all that stuff. But they use the Bright Baubles bundle, I believe is the name. So all this stuff's going to be die cut for you. You're just going to stamp and assemble. And that is free with a $25 order. But wait, there's more. If your online order is $50 or more in October for the 1st through the 15th, I'm going to make sure I say this right. You're going to get a free, what is it? Red rhinestones. So these red rhinestones here, you'll get a free full pack of those with a $50 or more online order by tomorrow with this host code. And then starting the 16th, I'll have, you only get one class kit per month, however many orders you place, 25 or more with the monthly host code. But to 16th, I'll have a new host code that'll still qualify for this. But if that one is 50 or more, you will get a new gift, which I'm hoping to include this ribbon, the white glittered organdy, because it's gorgeous, but it keeps going on and off back order. Look at my card coming apart here. So I'll substitute, a gift of equal value if that ribbon's not available. So if that doesn't make sense, let me know. Now, where do you put in this host code? It's very important that you put it in because Stampin' Up! May not add it for you, and then I can't give you the gifts because that's what allows me to give gifts away. So the host code is entered when you go to the shopping cart and you see the word checkout. Above that, you should see my name, but either way, you'll see add host code. Click on that and it opens up a box to add it. And then this host code is linked to Jennifer Cotton. So you should, after that, see my name. And also when you're shopping, you can make sure you see your demonstrator's name right there at the top left as well. So any questions, let me know. All right, so for my projects today, I am using one of our kits that just became available. These are in the online store. I'm going to show you how adorable this box is. And this one has been opened and used. But it is called Love Santa Tag Kit. And I'm not making the tags today. I'll show you the finished tags, but I'm making other projects. So this kit is $19. Anyone can purchase it. There's no limit. You can purchase as many as you want, but they are while supplies last, as well as all of the other kits in our online store. You won't find them in our catalogs. They're only in the online stores. They all come in this box. They're all either $12 or $19. The $19 ones include a stamp set, and they all include well, if it's a stamp one, they'll include an ink and a clear block, as well as whatever else you need, plus your instructions. They also have videos for all of these with instructions. So if you need links to that, let me know. And they're really good videos, by the way. But there's also these written instructions as well, which are really picture instructions. But I did figure them out. And then there's a ruler on here. So it tells you, 12 inches of twine. You have your ruler right there, or your centimeters on this side, to do that measuring. And yeah, so these kits are awesome. And let me see, is that a link to the video? SU beginner, SU kits. Not sure what these links to. I don't know if they have a link to the video, but like I said, I can send you that link. So let's see what comes in this kit. Like I said, it's been opened and used, and I only bought one because I didn't think ahead of using it on a Facebook Live, so I don't have a second one to show you. But you get a clear block with every kit you purchase. So you can, if you have a bunch of kits, you can use these yourself. You can share them with friends. You can share them with new stampers, children, etc. You get your ink with each one, which I just used my scissors to slit the sides and open that. This one's Night of Navy. You get the stamp set, and most of my stamps are mounted for the video today. Let's see if I have something white I can put this against. But this stamp set, I think it's really cute. It has everything you see there. And like I said, I'm using most of them. So the ones I'm not using, To and From and Bright and Special Delivery. I like that one. You could use that for lots of things, obviously. And then these are the tags it makes. And it makes, did I write it down? Because my memory is terrible. Yes, 12 tags. So there's 4 designs, so you make 3 of each. So I made the tags exactly as the instructions said. Didn't change anything. So I stamped on the background there, stamped Joy, and put everything together with or without dimensionals. So you get three of those, 3 of these. This one's so cute. It's like almost like a taxi cab. And that's where you use special delivery. You use 12 inches of the twine, and so I did measure it out, and if you make all 12 tags, you will not have any twine left, FYI. And then the jewels that come with it, if you see those jewels there, they are I have my package here, some of the in-color jewels. So you could use your own in-color jewels to add to this kit to be able to do even more. But you do have jewels left over. If I did my math correctly, if you make all the tags as shown, you'll still have about 27 jewels left over. Out of which I've only made the one of each tag. Okay, then there's the Christmas tree one, so cute, merry and bright. And then last but not least, the Santa one. And it, of course, says Love Santa. That's a stamp. Okay. So then, of course, I have the rest of the pieces to make my other tags, although a couple of things are missing. You get dimensionals. This is how many you'll need. But I think I used some of my own. I can't remember now. And then mini glue dots. I chose, instead of using the mini glue dots, to use my tape runner. But I'll show you how to use these. And this is great if you give this gift to a new crafter or a child or a relative who doesn't know anything about crafting. Everything they need besides scissors is in this box, including adhesive. Let me put that there so I don't forget. The twine, and then of course all the pieces to stamp, which there's a few extras of these in case you mess up. And then the pieces there's a couple I stamped that I did not end up using from these punch outs. And then the whole thing is wrapped in cellophane in there on this cardboard. And Stampin' Up recommends that a new stamper can use that as their stamping surface. So all inclusive, right? So what I'm going to do is make 3 cards using varying degrees of the kit. And let me just grab, but I want to show you this. So that kit is $19. These Love Santa treat bags are $7. They're also while supplies last, and they're so good. 12 bags for $7, and I believe it's 4 designs. So let me try to show each one. So there's the polka dots, and they're kind of like, they're not fully clear. They're a little bit, what's that word? Like smoky or something. Hey, Pam. So you get 3 of the dots, and these are sold separately, so you don't have to purchase them. 3 of this design. Super pretty. What is that? Not plaid. 3 with Christmas trees, and all the bags, so they're basically like I can't think of that word, like a smoky, they're clear, but not totally clear. There is a word, opaque, thank you. And then the print on them is white, so the trees are printed in white, the dots are white, and so on. And then this last one is just like Christmas greenery type images, including a couple images from the kit. So I love these. I think they're great. I'm actually planning to order more for an event I have coming up, assuming they don't sell out before I can get mine ordered. I didn't have a clue. I just ordered them. So they're $7. There is a code in the online store to get the collection, which is that kit that I just showed you, and these for $19 plus $7. So it's not discounted, but it's one item code to get both. So there we go. Okay, so for my first card, I pulled in some regular ink pads, Night of Navy, Soft Succulent, and Poppy Parade. And I will tell you why I pulled in Night of Navy from my Stampin' Spot, or instead of my Stampin' Spot. And then here's the pieces I need for this card. So I have my card base, which is Night of Navy. It's 5.5 by 8.5. It's a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Then I have a piece of basic white that I've cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. All of these are just basic, card measurements. And I have other videos I can tell you about if you're new to card making to give you more basics on that. Then Poppy Parade, which is, I never did even look up to make sure I was using the right colors, but I think this is Poppy Parade. Looks like it to me. So Poppy Parade. And then I have a circle that I die, a scallop circle that I die cut from Poppy Parade. Let me find these dies for my layering circles, framelits, or dies, whatever they're called. And then I'm going to cut a smaller circle for my, I'm going to use the Love Santa greeting, but from this white scrap here. So I have that circle pulled out, and then here's the dies I cut them from. So this scalloped circle, Poppy Parade, if I can pick it up, is about 1.5 inches, and then after cut, this one will be a little over 1 inch, about 1 1/8, 1 1/16, just for your, you know, if you want to recreate at home. Okay, so for my card base, I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'll use my bone folder, align the 2 corners on the table, fold only with the bone folder, not my finger, so the inside's not too wrinkled. And then I'm going to do my favorite fun fold, which is the Z fold. So I just fold the front backwards all the way to the left edge, and then use my bone folder again. I'm going to actually crease this. I always forget to crease these better because it's kind of going against the grain, so they like to pop back open. There we go. Okay, so that's my card base. And then for my other stamping, I'm going to stamp on my white scrap and the white 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to just do what Stampin' Up says and use my little cardboard here as a stamping surface. And then the stamps from the stamp set, I'm going to use Love Santa and what else? Oh, the little gift box. So those are right there. Of course, now I mounted them because of the video to save you time. You only need the 1 block, and you clean your stamps. And if you're brand new to stamping, or your friend is brand new, they can use baby wipes, wet cloth, you know, something wet that's not going to leave too much lint on their stamps. And then you clean them off, peel them, put them back in the sheet, and use your next one, which I did. You can kind of see my ink evidence there. There's still some navy on it that I didn't clean very well. When I made all my tags, I used the kit as instructed. So, as you can see also from my stamping there. But for ease of video, I pre-mounted these on my own clear blocks, of which I own like 100. So, but one thing, so I do hear, I don't know if you guys hear this or think this, but I hear a lot of people say they wish Stampin' Up would go back to the old kind of ink pads. I disagree, which we all can have our own opinions. But these are the foam ones, and these are the ones where you need to tap, 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 move it around, move the stamp around your pad, don't press hard, and you'll get a good inking, but the tapping gently allows you not to get ink all over the edges of your clear block, and then you stamp. Now, our old pads are like the spots, which I'm not complaining about. I use the spots and I like them. But you can press hard on them because they're a linen instead of a foam. Well, you can even almost see here, for a nice solid stamp like this, they don't necessarily give you as good of a coverage. Now this one of course looks better today, which I think it gets better as you use your stamps more and more, clean them, use them again. But anyway, so let me stamp that one with the linen. Oh, of course it's gonna look gorgeous today. And then with my foam, I got, I have to do it on that side, a perfect image every time. So just, of course, like I said, it worked, of course, perfectly today. But I was getting more of a linen-y effect the other day. I threw them all away. So that's just more of a, the foam ones are great, just don't tap too hard and you'll be fine. Little side note there. And a lot of us who do, like you may be a big time crafter, so you already own all the ink pads, you can, again, don't even open these, just save them give them away as gifts to children, to friends, and or use them just on special occasions, like when you are traveling, you don't want to carry your big pads, and just you can use your regular pads. So anyway, long story short, that's what I did there. And then after I got that stamped, I'm going to add my gifts at the bottom here of this basic white. So I'm going to start with Night of Navy and stamp one down at the bottom right hand corner at an angle, kind of hanging off the edges. So hold it down firm for a few seconds. And then I'm going to clean that off with my Simply Chamois. Make sure it's clean. And then I'm going to use Poppy Parade. Go the other direction. It can hang off the edge a little bit at the bottom if needed. Then I'll clean that again and do one more in navy. So this is a cute little gift stamp that comes in this set. I think pretty much all of our kits have way more stamps than you actually use when you make the kit. Like, I don't think you use this gift one in the making of those tags. It's just a bonus stamp. Okay, and that's all the stamping I need to do. And then I'm going to die cut and emboss. So I'm going to die cut out the circle like I mentioned, and then I'm going to emboss this Poppy Parade piece. Oh, and I don't want to forget to show you how to use those. Just need to make some space here. So for my embossing, I'm using the, I'm just going to find it over here in my stack of everything. Macrame embossing folder. Here it is. From the annual catalog, which serves the purpose of our sweater look if we need that. So this is like a warm, wintry type of card. So we're going to use our macrame folder to emboss that. You just put your paper inside. I personally only do one layer at a time, so I could do 2 of these at one time, but I wouldn't stack them on top of each other. But I'll just throw it in the center since I'm only doing one. And then let me grab my die cut machine. So it's my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and $120, worth every penny, works better than the Big Shot, proven this weekend again. It's just a tiny bit stronger pressure than the Big Shot was. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what I did there to get ink all over that. Anyway, it comes with everything you need to die cut and emboss everything we sell in the one package. You don't have to buy any extra accessories. Let me grab my readers here. This is going to be hard for me to center because I'm far away. But I want to try to center this so that I don't have a white edge. But if I do, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. So you place on top of the cutting plate the die down on the paper, center it however is needed, and then cutting plate on top of that. And crank it through your machine one time, unless you're cutting a super intricate die, and especially out of some super thick paper. One time through does it all. Gorgeous. And then for my embossing, I'm going to remove number 2 and both of these, because this is a thick embossing folder. It's called plate number 4, which of course comes with the machine as well, and it's gray. The old blue one does the exact same thing. It's the thickness that matters, and they are the same thickness. So on your Big Shot, you would just use the blue one. Okay, so my paper's in there. I do want it straight since there's a pattern on here, and I want to insert the folded end into the machine first. So since I'm on this side, I turned it that way. Could have been on the opposite over here. And then I'll crank that through only one time, especially with embossing folders. Don't go backwards, because now you're putting it in open end first, and that can crack your folder at the top. And then look how gorgeous. So cute. Okay, check. I was checking the bottom of my machine to make sure nothing stuck to it. Okay, put all these pieces aside. It's hard to see y'all's comments now because I have to touch my iPad To, I don't know why. It's definitely a Facebook change. I have to touch my iPad or they go black if I'm not touching it after like a minute or something. Anyway, so let me see what, Julie, have you heard any changes on the cruise going to different ports? No, but not at this moment, Julie. Hey, Betsy, good morning. But I think that Julie, is like going to be up until the week of kind of changes that could happen on a cruise, any cruises. Because if that port has an issue, an outbreak, you know, whatever they have, then they may restrict cruise ships from coming in, if that makes sense. So I think we can't really know what's going to happen with that until a week before our cruise, probably. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I have the jewels out, the in color jewels that come with the kit, and I'm going to grab from my kit Santa. So it comes with 3 Santas, right? Why can't I do math today? Yes. 1, 2, 3. I've already used one. I used one to make the tag. I used one to make my sample card that I'm making right now. So here's my 3rd Santa. So this one's not going to be a tag, so I'm just going to snip off this tag part, which you just poke that hole out and now you have a gift tag. Super simple. But I'm going to snip that off. And by the way, I thought these would be so cute on scrapbook pages, but of course time did not allow. I didn't get any scrapbook pages made, so. But wouldn't these be, like, they're just so large, it'd be great on a scrapbook page. Okay, so that's all the pieces I need. Let me start putting this together. My 4 by 5 1/4 is going to go inside the card. Got my stamp and seal here. And that will be, which by the way, Julie, about the cruise, I keep saying it like it's months away, but now it's actually getting closer. Like it's in January and we are in October. So I do need to remember that it's closer than I think. But like April and I still can't plan our classes because we're going to use the new catalog, which we haven't even seen yet. So, but we will be using new stuff. We'll be using celebration items. You're going to get some of those with your fee. It's going to be awesome. Of course, depending on what's available with the whole shipping issue, but you know, we'll deal with that. Okay, so my embossed piece, 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. It is that size to be the perfect layer on that left flap. And then Santa is going to go next, and he will be 1/2 and 1/2. So if you just take whatever you want to 1/2 and 1/2 on these, and don't flip it over left to right, but turn it upside down, top to bottom. Oh, and I missed a part on my other Santas. This gets popped out on the hat. Anyway, top to bottom. And then you can see where to place your adhesive, which half to place it on. And I'm going to use dimensionals, but I'm going to have to use big ones because my minis aren't over here. And normally I would cut these in half, but just to save y'all time, I'm just going to place them on. But I like mini Stampin' Dimensionals. It's what I prefer. See, I'm trying to visualize that line. And now I can go over to the left, no problem. I think I took my minis out for retreat and I forgot to put them back in because I packed this whole room up and took it with me. And of course I didn't take the big ones. Okay, so Santa's 1/2 and 1/2. Isn't this cute? So cute. Oh. And then my greeting, I'll attach Love Santa flat to my circle, scallop circle that I die cut already. And then a dimensional on that. Let me see. So I want this down on the bottom left hand corner and it'll cover up Santa a little bit. So I want the dimensional down there on the bottom left because the top part is on the raised up Santa portion. So I'll just add some adhesive there. So it's like 1/2 and 1/2, 50-50, something like that. And then last but not least, just some little, oh, I forgot to use these. See, I knew I would. I'll use them on the next card. Some little jewels. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, but of course, new stampers can just use their fingernail. Where do I want these? I decided to place 3 of the, I believe these are pale papaya technically, because they're the in color jewels. I placed 3 on the left side there. And that is my finished card. So, hope y'all like it. Fun opening. Of course, you could add greetings on the inside or any of that stuff you like. But I think it's cute. And then let me grab the tag. So this is the gift tag that this one makes. And the white circle and the, I think I determined that is, it's either soft succulent or just jade. I honestly was going back and forth. And again, these colors may be listed somewhere. I didn't have time to stop and look it up. Anyway, those are pre die cut for you in the kit. So there's the circle and here's the scallop circles. So all that's pre-done. Okay, so there we go, first card. If you would like a chance to win these cards, you may comment on the video or share and comment that you shared, and or over on YouTube, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay, let me see here. Let me try to catch up. Yes, Julie, I mean, I'm not an expert on knowing about booking excursions, but I think I would wait as well. Although, if you book through the cruise ship, I would assume they would do refunds or transfer it or something, but who knows, right? So unless there's like some incredible sale, I might wait as well. Honestly, I haven't even had time to think about it yet, but you know how it is. So yeah, that's probably smart. But also we could ask our travel agent, and they probably have advice. Hey, Mary, thanks for sharing. Thank you, Pat. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Jeanne and Jackie. Thanks for sharing, Jeanne. Thanks, Tammy and Sherry and Eleanor. Sandy, you're crazy. No. Thank you very much, Sandy. I appreciate that. And thank you, Joni. And hello. Okay, my next card is a basic white base, so 5.5, 8.5. Then I have soft succulent, which, like I said, I kept going back and forth. What color is this? I had both papers out, and anyway, you see, this doesn't really, it's brighter, but then when I used just jade ink, I didn't like how it looked, so who knows. But that's soft succulent, 5 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 3/4. What is this for? Is for this card? I think. Oh, these are the wrong pieces. Sorry. Am I making this? Oh, I get it. I pulled the wrong sample over for myself. Okay, yes, these are all I need. So it's 3/4 of an inch by about 2 1/4. But the length doesn't really matter because we're going to chop it off. Okay, sorry. I had the wrong sample in front of me. I was like, what? And then for this one, I'm going to use, maybe there are both colors here because this one's a lot lighter. That must be the deal. Anyway, I'm going to use this leafy thing, which comes off of the tag. Or, I mean, you would use it on the tag if you were making the tag. And I'm going to use the tag. So I'm leafing through here to find it. This tag here, like it's the one that's a traditional tag shape. And then I'm also going to use, did I pull this over already? I got confused. Which is actually used on a different tag in the kit. I have to find it here. This red scallop edge piece, which has a little design on it. So, if you want to not make the tags as shown, you can mix and match and use these pieces however you want in your projects. So this is the tag the kit makes, which you could just stick on a card, but I ended up choosing not to stamp these navy, which, where's that stamp? I did stamp on the tag because I made it just like Stampin' Up said. I'm not stamping those on this card, so you'll see how I use that instead. And what else do I need here? So my card is going to say Merry Christmas. All these stamps are only from the kit. So Merry is a block letter. It's still kind of small, but it's blocks because, you know, my white is only 3/4 of an inch tall. And then Christmas is a cute little font, and it's small. Like the whole thing is small, smaller than Mary. So I'm going to stamp Mary in soft succulent ink on this 3/4 inch scrap over to the left edge, and not quite all the way to the top, but toward the top. In soft succulent. And then I'll add Christmas in Night of Navy. And I'll have it just a tiny bit go into those other letters. Stamp into them. Super cute. Love that font. Christmas, it's a cursive. Mary is block letters. Christmas is cursive. Super cute. And then I'm just going to grab, I could hand cut the end, but I'm going to grab my tailored tag punch and just insert the end only that I want to make a banner of this white cardstock, and punch that off. So that's an easy way to get a banner with your tailored tag punch. Okay, then I forgot there was more stamping. Let me grab this guy again and use soft succulent. So of course with these kits, once you've used up all the pieces, you still have the stamps and ink that last forever. You can put Night of Navy re-inker on this Stampin' spot, so totally that works. So I'm inking up that big pine needle image in soft succulent, and I'm going to stamp it on the right edge of this soft succulent cardstock. This is a portrait shaped card, so that right edge, and I'm just turning it different directions and hanging it off the right edge as well. So basically flipping it back and forth each time, just to kind of stamp a border on that right edge. And then I think now I'm ready to assemble. I've got some Simply Elegant trim I'm going to use on this card as well. Okay, so I will fold this in half with the bone folder, my card base. And so well, this would be for the tags, but still, let me show you how you could use these glue dots. There's a couple of different ways I've used them before. First of all, when you try to peel off the white backing, sometimes the whole dot comes with it. I think it did. So then I stick that on my project and I'll peel that off. Let me see. I think these are all going to do that. But you can also grab your tool, like your take your pick tool, and use that either to pick up the entire dot, and see, then you can use your tool or your thumbnail or your fingernail to peel off this white part, which is a protective coating. It peeled up, and now I'm trying to do it differently, and hopefully you can see the dot there. So that's basically how you use them. And a lot of us experienced stampers are like, let me just grab my own glue dots or use my tape runner. But these do work. They're perfectly strong and all that. They're just a little tedious maybe. But so this is how you could use them. And so anywhere on your instructions for these kits where it says, or it's a picture, let me find it. There's either a big dot or a little dot for adhesive. The little solid dot is glue dots, and the big empty ones are dimensionals. So let me see if my fingernail is faster. It's definitely not as easy to me to peel the backings of these off as like dimensionals. But they work. In a pinch, they work. And then there's a lot of people who love these and they collect them from all their kits and they ask their friends, you know, will you save those for me, and so on. So it's, you know how it is. Everybody has what they like best. Okay, so then on my tag, which is all this is just pre-printed on the tag, I'm going to use dimensionals. I could use the ones from the kit. In fact, let me just use the ones from the kit, but I want to cut them in half because these leaves are, that I'm sticking this to, this is the little leafy thing that I punched out from the tag kit. They're kind of skinny, so a half will be great. By the way, the dimensionals that come in the kits are a little bit taller than our regular dimensionals. It's like I don't know if a different company makes them or a different warehouse or what, but not warehouse, but you know what I mean. Anyway, they're taller. They work fine, but they're tall. So I'm going to peel all these backings off. They work fine as long as you don't stick your finger in them and stick yourself to them. And so I'm basically placing this in the same spot as it is on the other project, just without the stamping under it. And I'm strategically covering up the ends of those stamped images. So there we go. And then this is going to go on flat on my card front at an angle. So by the way, the cards today are not like mind-blowing. They're just some cute cards. Hopefully you think they're cute. And then for my greeting, Merry Christmas, I'm going to place some adhesive along the bottom back of the banner. So I got out my silicone craft sheet just because I wanted to go to the edge and not have it come off on my table or scratch paper. And then that little Poppy Parade scallop border piece, I'm just going to lay that on the table and stick my greeting down on top of it. So it has a little border on the bottom. And then I'll use the dimensionals again. I'm going to cut one in half. And I'm kind of making sure it's partly touching both pieces of paper. And then the greeting's going to go... How did I put it? Oh, shoot. I put too many dimensionals. I peeled that back off on the right because it's going to be partly on this raised up leaf again. So something like that. Down toward the bottom, on the left, on the leaf, and not on the leaf. And then a couple more things and we'll be done. I decided to use the Fresh Freesia in color jewels that came with the kit for this card. So I'm going to use some of the large ones and the small. So I definitely, probably, if I bought this kit, I would add to my order, if I, now knowing what I know, I would add to my order a pack of those in color jewels so I could have as many as I want. And there's other colors that don't even come in this kit. There's Soft Succulent. That's going to match great. And Evening Evergreen. That'll look fine with the greens in this card. So you'll get more colors to choose from as well. But I only wanted to use what came in the kit for the embellishments anyway, for the video. But I definitely was tempted to throw those green ones on there. I'll do one more large over here. And then the last thing is just my bow. So I thought gold would look good with this card. So this is the Simply Elegant trim. You get gold and silver, great for your gift tags and all that stuff. But I'm gonna make a double bow, so I'll just fold a piece of the gold trim in half on top of itself and just make a regular bow. Making sure I pay attention to which loop is the bow, like the loops versus the tails, because you have this tail over here that has loops in it. And then pull all those tails down and trim all at one time. So then I have a double bow to place at the top, and it covers up the little hole in the tag. So I'm looking for my glue dots. I'll just use mine. That actually is why I didn't I wanted to place the tag on dimensionals, but then I was like, how will I attach this? There's a hole in there, you know, with my glue dot. It needs to be flat against the card, so hopefully that makes sense. So, glue dot. I could have tied something through that to avoid that, but I wanted to use twine, so anyway, or cord, whatever this is called. There is my finished card, nice and simple. Just trying to show you how these kits can be modified and used different ways. And I'm still incorporating, you know, parts from the kit, but you can totally just only use the stamp set and ink and go with different designer papers and all that stuff. So hopefully you get my idea. Let me show you this one, the bow's better. Bring it up closer. Thank you, Eleanor. Yes, GN, I agree. That pine bow stamp is really pretty. I re-inked my stamp pad after I made this yesterday, by the way. Hey, Tira. Good to see you. Good morning, Dorothy. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, Santa is adorable. Hey, Diane. No problem. All right. So that's the second card. Oh, and just a quick reminder, there's how the tag looks, how Stampin' Up's designed the tag. So a lot different than this card, but very cute. And last but not least, this card is pretty simple. This is the one I thought I was showing a minute ago, but I really liked how it turned out. So we have our card base, basic white, 5.5, 8.5, soft succulent, 4 by 5 1/4, poppy parade, and I'll get these measurements in a sec, and basic white. And so the basic white, I believe, is 2 3/4. Yes, by 3 3/4. And then I added 1/8 of an inch for the poppy. So it's 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. It's a little bit less than 4 inches. That amount less than 4 inches and 2 3/4 inches. So 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. So let me, I have such a mess in front of me. Let me fold this in half. I'm also gonna use some ribbon on this one, some different ribbon, which is a pretty good match to this whole kit. It's the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. So you get, I believe this one is, yeah, just jade, misty moonlight, and basic white ribbons. They're all different, you know, types of ribbon. But anyway, I'm using the white one, but I think these could match your kit as well. So that's the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo. Okay, so let me do my stamping first, which is on the 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 basic white. I'm going to again use the pine bow stamp in soft succulent again. So I'm stamping this as a random background off the edges, different directions, etc. And I'm trying to look at my other sample, my original, to see what direction I stamped these. I don't know if y'all do that, but when I'm making my own card, I'll stamp random, but then when I copy the same card that I was random on, I have to copy it exactly. Okay, so I did it 4 times, 4, you know, different directions. And then there's this little berries stamp that comes in this set. So we're going to use that to fill in sort of the blanks here in Poppy Parade. Tap, tap, tap. So Poppy Parade and Soft Succulent is a good color combo, FYI. They look really good together. And then my other stamping, I'm going to use Joy, really pretty Joy stamp from the set in Poppy Parade. And from my kit, I'm going to grab one of these rectangles, the one that's for Joy. And you do get a lot more of these than you need for your cards. I think that's in case you mess up. So, but then I'm also using this yellow scallop, I think it's Bumblebee, scalloped rectangle that comes in the kit. And that one is for, which tag? Oh, that's for this tag. So you only make 3 of each tag, but yet, where was that? There's like 6 of those on the sheet, so you get a few extra. Okay, I'm gonna pull this so I can get it as close to me as possible. Don't worry, if you mess it up, just grab some of your white paper, cut a new rectangle, or stamp first and then cut around it if you have trouble aligning. That is very light. I think it looks okay, but let me try it one more time. So a tip, when something like that happens, you might need to go to a darker spot on your ink pad. It might be the corners, it might be, you know, a spot over to the middle or side or whatever. But don't just go straight to the middle, because you always go to the middle and that's where you soak up all the ink from. You can also pick up your photopolymer stamps and press from the bottom while the paper's still stuck to it. There we go. Okay. And then that's all we need. So this card is actually maybe the simplest, but I think really pretty. Oh, I am going to emboss though. I got some poppy ink on my finger, so I'm being careful not to touch anything. So on my soft succulent 4x5 1/4, I have my Wintry embossing folders, which I love. You get 2 in 1 pack. They are skinny enough to fit through our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but for this card that will not work because I'm going to do it. I want the whole thing covered in the pine needles, pine bows. So isn't that going to match this card really well? Yes, I love it. So I'm going to do emboss as much as I can and then go back and emboss the other portion, and I'll show you how. So this is a thick one as well, so I took everything off. I'm using number 4 and I'll run it through. Try to look at your comments while I'm here. She said the first Joy looked ombre. Let's turn it back over. It does look, actually that does look cool. Janet, that's true. Maybe we'll go with that. Okay, so to do the next portion, it's not half. And I thought about trying to do half and half, but I didn't want to deal with aligning that either. So to do this next portion, you want to just the tiniest bit overlap so that when it embosses, it'll go a little bit into your previous image. Close it up. But it's not going to fit through, it's too wide, so you have to run it through sideways, which normally I don't recommend. So this is like a on an as needed basis, because it can crack the top of your folder when you run it through the wrong direction. But you know, a couple of times shouldn't hurt it. And then you really can't even tell where you did that. It's pretty awesome. Plus we're going to have stuff on top of there, so it'll be fine. So that is how I did that. And then now we can put it together. So stamp and seal on my stamped white, and then that will go on this Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that for to place this rectangle on the front and center of this card. Of the embossed piece there. It's another portrait shaped card. Let me go ahead and attach this to the card base because I'm not wrapping my ribbon around this piece. And by the way, you see I hardly used any adhesive. Stampin' Seal's very strong. You don't need to cover the whole thing with adhesive. Slightly crooked, but we'll pretend that didn't happen. It's not crooked, it's not centered properly, but whatever. Oh. So now I think I will go with the solid side just in case whoever gets this doesn't like that. I'll place a dimensional right in the middle of Joy and just place that on the, I'm calling it Bumblebee scalloped rectangle. And then that's going to go flat right in the middle of this card. Isn't that cute? Oh, and then we'll just add a bow with this white ribbon that is a nice wide ribbon that comes in the flowers for every season. So I'm going to do a bunny ear bow, leave it on the roll, 2 ears, lots of space in between, 2 tails. All my fingers are facing me, which means, or it helps me remember not to have twisted my ribbon at all. Like I see people holding it like this. I'm like, no, point all your fingers at yourself. Now your ribbon's not twisted. Then your right hand goes over your left. Everything's still flat, nothing's twisted. And then that right loop goes down into the bunny hole and pull. And then fix, of course. This ribbon, I don't know what kind of texture it is, but it's perfectly fine, but it's not like silky smooth, so it doesn't like glide as easy. You can feel a little texture when you're pulling on it. Again, totally fine, just it's different. Linen or something like that. So I'm just trying to make my loops even there, and then I will trim to hopefully have even tails. And then just grab a mini glue dot. Oh, I did add gems to this card, I forgot, so pull that back out. So when I made my samples, I didn't use the gems that came in the kit because I wanted to show you if you took your own paper and ribbon and used what I used, this is what would be left. So there are 2 of the Pale Papaya gems left, and I'm going to use them on this card. And I think they just give a nice little finishing touch. But of course, if you bought more, then you could put a lot more than 2 on there. But they give a nice little finishing touch to this card. So that is the last one. Yeah, my bow has longer tails on this the original one I made. Thank you, Marilyn. So there's that card. And that one isn't really based on any of the tags, but just as a reminder, here's the other 2 tags the kit makes. And of course, it would have been adorable to do a card with the special delivery one with the car with all the gifts on top and the Christmas tree. Like, so many options here. I just had time to design and show 3. And remember, like, picture these on scrapbook pages, these tags, designed Stampin' Up's way or your own. I think so many options. You can trim off the white circle on 3 of them, and the other one looks fine the way it is because you just cover it up on your card. So I think these kits are such a great value. $19. You get a stamp set. You get all the supplies to make the projects. You get instructions. They even provide video instruction and the ink. And of course the ink and stamps can be used over and over forever. So pretty cool. Lots of kits to choose from. We actually already sold out of our other Christmas kit, and the way Stampin' Up worded it to us, for me, is confusing, but it might come back. It might not come back. The other Christmas one. So I say get these kits while they're available before they sell out or go into that while supplies last. And if I had had any kind of Christmas candy in this house, I could have stuck some in a bag and showed you how cute it would be with a bag with candy inside with any of these tags tied to it. But you can see, or I hope you can imagine how cute that would be. So these are the Love Santa treat bags, $7 for 12 bags while supplies last. And if you just came on, I showed all of the bags earlier. There's like 4 different designs in the one packet. So I think that's a great deal. So let me just quickly bring back the cards I made today. These are the ones you'll have a chance to win if you comment on the video, share the video, or that's on Facebook, and comment that you shared. That's what I meant to say. And then over on YouTube, you can comment, you can subscribe, and then you can click like and click the thumbs up and turn on notifications as well. So, hope you guys like these today. It's different. I usually never do kits, but I just wanted to today to show something different and show it while it's still available, which hopefully someone asked to see the kit, the stamps again, and yes, I'm grabbing a piece of white paper here so it'll show up. So here's the stamp set. Thank you, thank you. It's got the joy, the merry, and Christmas, and then it has and bright, to and from, which is a really cute to and from. It's cursive little font. Special delivery, the love Santa, the gift, the present basically that I used earlier, and then that big pine bow and the berries. So that is the stamp set. I'm just looking at your comments real quick. You're welcome, Cindy. Thank you. Hey, Jewel. Kim, thank you so much. Yes, Nancy. So the tags are just using the kit. Like, you can just buy the kit and make up the tags, which making Christmas gift tags to me is the easiest and funnest Christmas craft you can do. People are very impressed by it. You get to show off your crafting skills to lots of people, and it just personalizes your gift, but it's quick and easy for us because they're so small, right? Like, you don't have to design a whole card or a whole scrapbook page or whatever. Thank you, Pat. Thanks, Marilyn. Trying to scroll back here. Facebook's giving me lots of this person's watching, this person's watching. So let me see. All right, well, I will be back next week with some kind of normal stamp set or bundle. No clue what I'm showing yet. And if y'all have any questions on any of this stuff, whether it's the events, the newsletter, my Stampin' stuff, my blog, the online ordering special, how to win the cards from today, anything, just let me know. Thank you, Sandy. All right, well, y'all have a great day and a great week, and I will see you next time. I'll see some of y'all Saturday. Okay, thanks. Bye.